At such a historic time in our history, at a time of leadership, it is a great honor. I will never take a single day for granted. I have the best job in the country, and I went through a 28-day job interview, and we've got the job again. So we're gonna approach it in the same way we've done it for the last 4 years.
The numbers were even better than your own polling had indicated it was going to be. Where do you think the surge came from?
You know, I think a lot of it had to do with a very effective Get Out the Vote campaign. We've worked hard on what they call the ground game in politics. The New Democratic Party are very, very good at the ground game, at getting their vote out, and we've frankly tried to emulate that. We've worked hard on our own systems, and I just credit our candidates and their teams at the local level who identified their vote and then phoned them probably a lot of times today, maybe too many times in the eyes of some voters, and got that vote out. I think that maybe was the difference. Go ahead in the back row.
As Swift Current's representative, what is your #1 priority going forward for this constituency?
We've attracted some important investments in education for the community. We're going to be building new schools. The same is true for group home spaces for people with disabilities. That's been a priority, and we've achieved some success there, although there's more work to be done. Long-term care is the #1 priority for this constituency, and we'll be working on that issue.
Premier, what issues do you see yourself playing the biggest role in nationally in terms of advocating for your province's interests on the federal scale? In particular, perhaps, the healthcare accord coming up, the file on rules around uranium investment?
Well, first of all, we're very clear on the rules around uranium investment. We think there should be a loosening of the requirements in terms of foreign ownership in that industry. We already have the French involved here in our economy significantly through Arriva, and they're excellent corporate citizens, so that won't change. You know, the health accord issue is going to be very important, and we're hoping that, first of all, the government will keep its promise of 6% increase in funding for health transfers, #1. #2, we hope the government will recognize innovation. You know, in our province, we've actually innovated on the surgical wait times initiative. Yes, we're involving private clinics right now, as well as the public system. Within the public system, no one can slap their visa down and jump ahead of queue, but we're involving private clinics, and the results are in. 78% less wait times in terms of those waiting over 18 months, and people waiting longer than a year is down 56%. So we hope that whatever the federal government does, it respects and recognizes innovation in the provinces to actually deliver better health care. This should not just be about funding, it should be about results.
Do you think that you'll be playing a stronger role than the other premiers? I
don't know if it'll be stronger or weaker. We're just going to state our case.
Do you need to improve your relationship with Ottawa? You didn't always get everything you wanted over the last 4 years.
Well, Mom and Dad always taught me to understand you're not going to get everything you want. So did the Rolling Stones, I think. So, you know what, we've had a good relationship with the federal government. We've benefited significantly from that partnership with them, and whether it's at the University of Saskatchewan or the largest clean coal demonstration project on earth right now in our province, funded significantly by the feds, or bridges, or farm help for farmers when they needed it most. No, we're not going to agree on everything, but overall we have a good relationship that the people of the province have benefited from, and we're going to work to continue to develop it.
With this big majority, do you think you will touch any issues that are seen as controversial in this province, like changing liquor store rules or liquor board rules? Will you go anywhere near, areas like that?
You know, we've said we weren't going to privatize crowns, and committed to supporting the Public Crown Ownership Act. You remember that legislation the NDP passed and we voted for. We promised that in this election, and we've been a party that's kept its promises, and I don't expect that to change.
Who was the first phone call you got after the win was officially called?
I got a call from Mr. Lingenfeld, which I appreciated very much. It was a good discussion, and he was very gracious, and we tried to return that in kind. And then just on the way over here, I got a call from Premier Christy Clark in British Columbia, and we had a good chat about the New West Partnership, and she's over in China right now, advocating for her province, so that was an honor to get her call.